We need some adults who sound like adults. I mean, I'm at the point where I never thought, growing up, seeing somebody like Jim Hunt and even governors like Jim Martin, who were Republican or Democrat, but there was a certain kind of decency. If you told me one day we'd have somebody running for governor who would talk down to Simone Biles and who would make fun of somebody for going through stress in their life, I'm thinking, you are a grown man. How do you look and how do you sound talking about a child, talking about a young woman in that way? How are you not embarrassed to get up in the morning and call yourself a man talking that way? And you want to be governor over 10.9 million people in North Carolina and be paid wild tax dollars when you don't even have the decency to know how to speak to people? And not only that, this whole thing about Sister Kamala being black or not, I'll just say this much. If Sister Kamala was sitting next to Rosa Parks on a bus owned by the Montgomery Bus Company in December of 1955, and if she didn't get up out of her seat, she would have went to jail right with Rosa Parks. That's black enough for me. And as for anything else, then we will let the Lord decide. And I want to be clear. We are Baptists. We have a position in the National Baptist Convention. We are not an open and affirming church, meaning we do not marry people of the same gender and we do not allow them to be ordained, but at the same time, we also understand that whenever Paul condemns homosexuality, in that same chapter, he condemns people who gossip, he condemns people who commit adultery, he condemns murderers, he condemns the greedy, he condemns the violent. I get tired of people skipping over all those other sins because they finally found a group of people that they want to kick around and pick on and miss the whole part about all those other sins in there. If you're going to talk about one group, make sure you talk about everybody in there instead of getting in the pulpit and picking on one group. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how we feel, what we know as a historical fact, the LGBT never strung us up from a tree, but the KKK strung up a whole lot of us. And that's the truth of the matter. What we need are leaders who have moral convictions, not 34 felony convictions. You can't even get a job at McDonald's with 34 felony convictions. You can't even vote with 34 felony convictions. And if I ever hear anybody at Fox News refer to my sister organization as a colored sorority again, y'all gonna have to keep me from going up to New York and knocking